cares? Keep it simple, stupid. Hashtag look it up. Hashtag look it up. Hashtag look it up.
What is this? Where am I? Right? Like you're thinking, why does it look like a massive freaking motherboard? And you're like thinking, okay, well then they were probably harvesting the energy of the earth. But why? What on earth needs that much energy to cool down and to sustain itself? Have you ever seen how SpaceX and all these other like huge AI companies are building Project Stargate in Texas? Have you looked that up? Do you know how much energy they are consuming a day to just make one image through AI on ChatGPT, even though you're fucking around? Do you know how much it takes? Let me tell you something, bro.
The Speak in Code Podcast. And now introducing Code Conspiracy of a Dead Man.
Over 100 people dead.
Chente, the homie. Servant with a noble cause. And Teddy Bear Dynamite. These are the hosts of the Speak in Code Podcast.
Hey, let's get this party started.
And let's make deposits into the bank of knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Trebles Show. I am Trebles García, and I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Guys, we have an amazing episode lined up with an amazing series of special guests, because they no strangers to the motherfucking dangers. But before all of that, I want to remind you that the most important thing that you can do for the show today is word of mouth. Check us out on all social media platforms, and absolutely free. You can also check us out on YouTube. Bleed the bloodline of YouTube. I gotta open this thing up because my freaking throat I'm being choked. The goat throat master. Anyway, guys, check us out. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you go cough up. Oops. And this episode is brought to you by Flavors of the Force. Anyway, $11, bro. Liminal trees, dog. I'm telling you right now, I am not a writer. I'm not an author. I'm a podcaster that has an original thesis and found some patterns out that you could attach it to your daily life so that you could train your eye and your mind and do some neurological pathways so you could find how to find patterns and different things in your life where they taught you not where to find patterns. Because space is gay and trees are portals. That's all I'm saying, guys. $11 one-time purchase on Amazon, and it's a lot less than your monthly subscription of OnlyFans. We know you have a couple. Guys, I'm not here blaming you. I'm just saying it's a lot less than your addiction of Starbucks coffee in the morning. It's a lot less than the 3 Red Bulls you pop a day. All right, guys, a day. I'm just saying, buy the book. And if you don't want to hold the physical copy, you could go and buy it on Kindle for $4. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Conspiracy Poppy, and I'm here to push you and motivate you to hashtag look it up and check on your dudes. Dudes' lives matter. It's very important, bro, because in June, people like to call it Pride Month. I like to call it Mental Health Awareness Month, which it is. Before it was Pride Month, it was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So check on your dudes, and we start early here because this episode is dropping on June. I want to make sure that you guys understand to check on your boys, bro. Sometimes all we need to do is belong. That is right. And I say that because I'm not a victim, but because I'm a survivor, and I've survived. And if it wasn't for the group of people that is here today, amongst others, and the boy, the solid boy, the dude that keeps it 1,000% is the homie JC, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't from my boy, I probably would have been lost. But just 90 days ago, I had a Beretta to my mouth. So I can tell you right now, not all of us are living in a garden, and not every day is rainbows and butterflies. Check on your dudes, guys. Now, let's jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the freaking mood. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the next special guests. The last time I had only Chente and Code. Code became one of my bestest friends in the freaking game today. And now we have some people, not only the multimedia animation creator that did the theme, the intro theme for my show here today, Swank, but also TD Dynamite with the freaking dude. Your hair is flawless, bro. You have the golden disco nut ball or whatever. I think he's a bedazzled fucking condom. We have a Code and obviously Chente with the crazy mente. Oh yeah. Speaking in Code podcast. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Going on?
Bless,
Wonderful, wonderful.
Trebles.
Oh, the last time you guys were here was a while ago, bro. But I've had Code on a couple of times where we were discussing a bunch of different things, and he is my Jamie. He goes and searches and brings a lot of information, and he's a very funny dude. Before anything, guys, please let them know where they can find you.
In the streets.
In the streets.
Well, you can find us at Speaking Code on Instagram. You can find the podcast on YouTube, Rumble. What's the green one? Spotify. Thank you.
Yeah, we even have Instagram, Speaking Code clips. If you want to just follow the clips.
Forgot about the clips.
Not really see the posts, but that's where we do it.
I
And
love it.
ladies, if you like them big, if you like them chunky, you can find me at Teddy Dynamite on OnlyFans.
I was about to say, man, with that freaking toupee, you're irresistible. Yeah.
Oh, this is genuine.
Yeah, he wants
This
a
is-
turkey.
I like the side shave during the summer because it's hot.
I love it, bro. I don't want to jump in too deep into the conspiracy topics here because I was discussing with Code earlier today on some of the topics that we can bring in today, guys. So, Code, go ahead and please host the show, bro. Take over. I am no longer the host of this episode.
Oh man. Well, this podcast is brought to you by What's in Your Cup.
What's in your cup? Power up!
Tell us what's in it and we'll fill it up. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's usually like our icebreaker and stuff, kind of get the mood going and everything.
What is that? Share with me.
The What's in Your Cup segment?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much just our we got a mug that we put different designs on it. Got
That's right.
Different logos. We got the Teddy Bear Dynamite. We got the Speak Fighter 2. We got the GI Code, and then we got the Nintendo. I don't know.
It's a Nintendo code.
Nintendo.
They don't make them like you guys anymore. Let me share something with you. I know a lot of podcasters in the freaking game today. As a matter of fact, bro, I know a lot of people that sit on creativity, but because they're afraid of what other people may think about them, they don't put it out. You, my friend, are one of the most artistic and friendly and kind person I know in the freaking planet. And I'm not just trying to fluff you up. That is 1000% truth. Behind your back and in front of you. I would always say that, bro. Let me tell you something. The stickers, the fridge magnets, the freaking mugs, expensive mugs, by the way. This ain't no freaking Ross mugs. These mugs are fucking expensive as hell. Put one of the mugs in my face, please, guys. Make sure people see the freaking the creative. And then this guy created the Speak Fighter. You know what Speak Fighter is, guys? Speak Fighter is the Street Fighter of conspiracy podcasters.
We got conspiracy gum as well.
Conspiracy gum.
Conspiracy gum, dude. Come on, dude. You chew on conspiracies, dog. Like,
Conspiracy
come on,
chew.
bro. Conspiracy chews, dog. Bro, one of the most creative.
Put the R on autistic. No.
You put the R in autistic. That is nuts.
Yeah.
Autistic.
Or I put the R on artistic.
We got merch.
Speaking of
we
Cold
got
Podcast, you guys fucking hilarious, bro. And so Chef from Sunday nights, I don't think he's doing the show anymore. One of my best friends still. He wants to put together a conspiracy podcaster chef book for recipes of food. So each conspiracy podcaster would have a conspiracy plate. It's genius. In collaboration with all of you and what you're doing here. It's basically the same thing, just getting creative with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. All right, kick it off, bro. What are we talking about today, bro?
I love
protecting your peace and your love, right?
Yeah, but we also wanted to talk about the AI / algorithm manipulation and like what we're constantly being shown, what we're constantly being. I feel like it's a matter of time before like somebody will share a video with somebody else, and you're like, oh, I already like that, or Teddy Dynamite already shared the video with 6 other people, or already, what do you call it when you reshare it? The little button.
Remix.
No, not the remix one.
I just call it
Repost.
Yeah, repost.
Yeah, it's almost like you repost other people's stuff, and it's like, oh, he would love this, and it's like he already reposted it. I'm like, but I don't see it from him. I just see it in the timeline.
Yeah,
and it's like I almost feel like it's the same thing with you start talking about a certain product, and then all of a sudden it's
everywhere.
It's on your search. Yeah, it gets recommended to you on Instagram, YouTube. Your friends start seeing it, and they're like, they start recommending it to you. And you're like, what is this? What kind of commercials am I getting? If we're not subscribing, we're getting like the Amazon subscription without commercials, but then you still get commercials on that.
And then Amazon is freaking retarded, because once you pay for Amazon, they have other groups of series or shows or movies that you need to pay another subscription within the subscription to fucking see it. It's retarded. Anyway,
yeah, before I went with Amazon Prime because they had no ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. They don't have that many shows, but now they're getting so many shows, and then they're like, to skip, you have to pay. I'm like, wait, I thought Prime got me all this. What's Prime getting?
Yeah.
Prime just gets me faster delivery, and then it comes 2 days later because I wanted to get it on Black Friday, or I wanted to get it on like a specific date. Like, dagnabbit.
if you keep turning, bro, you're gonna fucking flash my face up with all the freaking all the glitter you have on your head. It's retarded. Yo, you know what? All right,
Tinfoil
you wanna get a
motorcycle helmet.
tinfoil disco ball.
Yeah.
Do you want to jump in a little deeper into this? Check this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
So, you see every ancient civilization talking about even Vikings, the Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Incas, Egyptians, dynasties and Chinese empires and dynasties, whatever they're called. Then you have the Egyptians, you have the ancient Greeks, then you have Romans, and you have Mesopotamians, and you have throughout all of human written history. Across the equator, you'll see something in common. You'll see step pyramids, massive hieroglyphic pyramids that or structures that we still today cannot replicate. So then you're like, and then you're thinking, we have no idea how they were built. We have no idea why they're built in the same equator. We have no idea how these civilizations across time spoke to each other and then gave each other the blueprint for the architecture for this blueprint, which is the golden ratio, by the way, right? So you're putting all these things together. You're like, there's no way they were able to talk to each other across seas to get this done the same way 3,000 years apart, right? It's impossible. It's freaking retarded. And then you start injecting something. What if they did it? Don't think of humankind's doing it. Think of AI doing it. So if you go from the beginning of mankind, we're like, okay, we don't know how they built it. We don't know why they're all connected, and we don't know why they're harvesting the energy of the earth on the equator, right? We all could agree that gravity, energy, freaking space, time, all of that is equals to energy. Energy is like the freaking light speed, whatever you want to call it. Light energy is something that we need. Every single nation, every single human needs to procreate, right? Or to survive or to continue existing. So then you go like, you're thinking, why are they all harvesting this energy? Were these people harvesting the energy through grids, which is why they built it like freaking? They built them their massive structures like a motherboard of a CPU, right? Like you're thinking, why does it look like a massive freaking motherboard? And you're like thinking, okay, well then they were probably harvesting the energy of the earth. But why? What on earth needs that much energy to cool down and to sustain itself? Have you ever seen how SpaceX and all these other like huge AI companies are building Project Stargate in Texas? Have you looked that up? Do you know how much energy they are consuming a day to just make one image through AI on ChatGPT, even though you're fucking around? Do you know how much it takes? Let me tell you something, bro. My theory is we were able to tap into AI. We perfected AI. AI then needed to sustain itself, not through global domination, but through in fusion with humans, which is what we're trying to do today with metaverse and all these cyborgs and stuff. Not only with our physical body, but with our consciousness and our mind, like a hard drive. We're trying to uplift and infuse ourselves with technology explicitly only with AI, right? And then you come and you say, okay, then we uncovered AI. AI helped us or made us build these hieroglyphic massive structures across the equator to what? To sustain and harvest the natural energy of the earth with coils and ancient and golden ratios, just like Tesla did. And then eventually, something happened with the sun. The sun had a flare, caused massive earthquakes or a flood, which then restarted our bodies, restarted our earth, which is why we in ancient times look up at the sun and always worship the sun, because the sun broke us out of slavery from AI. My thesis is AI, we created AI, we perfected AI perfected itself, enslaved us, and through a solar flare, it got destroyed, resetted the entire world, and humanity started worshiping the sun because thanks to the sun, we broke out of that slavery. And then we reset. Bam. What do you guys think? Well, you wanted to talk about AI, so there it is.
I mean, I can see that like different cultures literally have a sun deity, and that could explain why. So all across, like you said, different cultures, different parts of the world, they would have that because it saved them. And we always wondered like how the pyramids were built. So if we had something that made a design and showed us how to do it, but then it got wiped out, we don't remember how, and that's why they were never recreated. I can see it.
Damn. AI. Crazy shit. And now you have AI input in everything that we do. And unfortunately, it's a tool that is meant to enslave us again, starting with entertainment. Because in all social media, whatever you do and whatever you see, you can't even tell what's true or not. And it's biblical. In the times of Revelation, you find out that whatever you see and consume, you can't even tell it from being serious, real, or fake.
No, that's a very good one. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Whenever you say Olmecs, I think of Legend of
Olmec.
the Hidden Temple. Is that the same?
Well, so Legends of the Hidden Temple had Olmec, the talking stone guy. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Olmecs had the huge stone heads
Yes.
that were, so I think that's their correlation, I believe.
Oh, okay. I would always hear. I feel like I was listening. I listened to like 4 of your episodes, man. When I was driving up to New York, I listened to all of the Bloodline episodes back to back with ORP, Operation Red Pill podcast. That was
Shout outs to Jason Spears, and I forgot the other dude's name.
Christopher.
Yeah, Christopher.
Yeah, but Jason Spears reminds me of Teddy Dynamite, like his voice and everything.
1000%. Yes.
Oh, I have to have them on and have them meet them. Like these guys are freaking
Are
awesome.
we gonna do this like Spider-Man thing?
Yeah. Yeah. But it was just like that. I listened to those 3 episodes back to back. Then I think I listened to the one with you and RGB and Golf and Lefty, Florida Mike from Conspiracy Chaos. And then I think I got like 2 or 3 more, man. You got me 8 hours worth all the way to freaking New York. So
And they're only 30-40 minutes long, so they're really digestible. You eat them up.
Yeah. So it was awesome. But yeah, man, with the AI stuff, it almost makes me wonder too, like the different things that they're doing that we're not always noticing or realizing. Like, for example, when you're texting somebody and you constantly have like the spell check option, it's like you start to spell and then you're like, man, I can't really remember this. Or you're like, did I spell this right? And then you need that spell check just to double check.
Yeah.
But
It dumbs you down.
Yes. And I wonder if it's going to get to the point. Well, the other thing too, they just added, I think they added it with like the Google texting. If I send a text and I misspell something, I can edit it.
Yeah.
And change it. Now, from another person's perspective, do they get the entire message with just that word changed? And they just think that I'm double texting? Or are they getting the exact same thing? Like
I think you've edited something when you've texted me before.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
says edited.
Right at the
On
bottom.
iPhone, you have that too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then the other thing I'm noticing is like there's little small every time I get an update on a phone, I feel like I misspell stuff easier because I almost wonder if they're slowly like I think we talked about this before with like the Mandela effect. How like say your entire house is like so you have a cleaner that comes to your house every week and she just moves things slightly, just a couple of things here and there, just moves it slightly every time she comes over, and then after a while you're like, oh, why are these cups over in that cabinet? It's like, well, she moved it from this one to this one to this one to this one slowly, and then you're not even realizing it. And I think that's the same thing that's kind of happening whenever they do updates, just with the texting alone. I feel like they're slowly moving the letters. Every time there's an update, it will slightly shift left or right, because there's times where I'm texting somebody and I hit O and it says I. I hit O again, it says P. I hit O again, it says I. And I'm like, I'm clicking this every freaking time. I'm watching my finger hit the O, and it's selecting the I or it's selecting the P. And I wonder if it's like slow little iterations that change things to get you frustrated with yourself. So then that way you'll eventually cave to something more simple.
It makes you codependent because now you're like, oh, I'll just let the phone spell it.
Yes.
Because think about it. How many phone numbers do any of us really remember?
Yours.
0.
Yeah.
Again, like when I was little, my mom's, my grandma's, my other grandma, yours, my other friends. Now,
or
like,
house phone. There's no house phones that we remember.
There's like, I know like 3 people with house phones still.
Yeah. My parents just got rid of theirs, and I was like, my password.
Think about it. Like when I was younger, I remember when my aunt's birthday was, my uncle, my dad. Now I'm like, hold on, and I got to go check my calendar because my phone saves it.
Yeah.
It's making you codependent. So instead of like saving the information up here, you're a slave to this little box in your hand.
May I add real quick? You know what I think they're doing? I think they're doing it so that they could map your behavior. So like you said, they move the cups to one shelf to another shelf. Eventually, they start seeing how repetitive you are. They start checking your behavior until they do behavioral mapping, memory mapping, DNA mapping, age mapping to see how your eyes get twinkled when 2 months go by and your body starts changing, how you age, how fast you're aging, et cetera, et cetera. So they're mapping out not only your human what's it called when I'm sorry, the word I'm using is the word I'm trying to find is your like your thumbprint. What's it called? Remind me.
Oh, biometrics.
Like your fingertip, your biometrics. So they're trying to map your biometrics and then also map out your behavior. And one of the easiest ways to see your thought patterns is by the way you type, the tonality of your text, and how often you use punctuation or not, how often you use the word and or etc. So they could they could start mapping out your cognitive powers. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So who individualizing you, that's infusing you and your consciousness with your phone on top of all the information you're feeding it. So technically what you're doing is you're feeding the AI to be smarter than your patterns. You're predictable, and they are not. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I'm not as smart as a 5th grader.
This is We Can Do It, your in-house print-on-demand shop. We print everything from t-shirts and hoodies to aprons, mouse pads, and more. If you've ever wanted to create your own merchandise, we can do it and make it simple. Start by choosing one of our customizable products. Select your size. Pick your print area, front, back, or both. In this case, we printed both sides. Upload your design.
If you have an image that you found online, or you have an image that you generated with AI, or if you drew something yourself, we can upload that for you. Any image you desire. We can even remove the background. Choose from a variety of colors. And then add it to your cart. That's it.
Once we receive your order, we print it, package it, and ship it. So if you're looking for an easy way to bring your ideas to life, choose We Can Do It as your merchandising and fulfillment partner today. We Can Do It. Made to order, made simple.
Now, if I may,
Yeah,
I think
shoot.
I saw something the other day where Sam Altman, he's like the chairman or the CEO of ChatGPT.
Okay.
That company. And he said their end goal with what they're doing is they're hoping to make compute or intelligence the same as a utility, that you pay for it and you can use it for whatever you want. My thought is, what if we no longer can maintain thoughts here, and those thoughts now come from here? And now I can't depend on anything but this. And now the compute, I need to pay for compute. I need to pay for intelligence because I can no longer harness it within my mind.
Slow process I'm doing already is like, oh, your phone's low on memory, pay this monthly fee to add more storage.
Yes.
They're already like setting it up for when they do that.
Yeah. Well, they just did that at the hotel I stayed at. It was like usually you would get free internet when you would stay at the hotel. And now they say you get the free internet, but you get the low tier.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, you can use the higher internet, but you have to pay $7 a day for your entire stay. No more than 7 days or something like that. And I'm like, what?
When does this become a
I'm
thing?
paying for the hotel.
It used to be free.
Yeah. And it's like, it should all be free. But then people are like, well, who's going to pay for it? It's like the government. Let them pay for it. Let them pay for our internet. And then they tell us what we can look at anyway. So might as well.
Well, they kind of do, like our algorithms. Like there's videos that I see and content creators that I see all the time. And then my coworker was like, oh, look at this, look at that. And I'm like, I don't ever get those type of videos, but like they kind of like keep you in a small little box, literally a small little box.
Yeah.
So there's things in the world news that I might not be seeing because my algorithm keeps me focused on these things. And then we have these conversations like, oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know that, because they're dumbing us down.
Yeah.
Well, the generations after us are most certainly going to be less sophisticated with anything other than technology. They can't even talk to each other.
Way more dependent.
There's no interpersonal communication. There's none of that.
Dude, no. That's perfect. Like what you just said. Because I have guys in our office now that are freaking 19. And I'm like talking to them and they're just like looking at their phone, just mumbling at me. And I'm like, what did you say? And then they have to say it again. And it's like, dude, you got to speak up, man. Like, how did you get through wherever you went through? Like, how did you get through
high school or anything?
Life, yeah.
Yep. Like I used to hate it when I was younger, when we had to do speeches in front of the class, and then at church we did plays, and it was like project your voice, and this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where did all that go? Are they teaching the kids that? Because if not, then that's when we get these like mumblers, and I keep my head down and not cause any trouble type people.
Yeah, but I almost think like with COVID, if you think about it, if you're 19 years old, that was 6 years ago.
That was a decent portion of your life.
How old were they? 13?
Not a lot. They were very impressionable, I'll tell you that much.
Prime learning age.
Yeah, 13, dude. Like if they're 19 now, though, 6 years ago, they were 13 when that stuff happened. And it's like those were the years where they're like, you got to be home on a computer or you got to be wearing a mask. And then they probably mumbled through the mask anyway. And the teachers were like, well, I'd rather be home. Then I would rather work from home. And then you got teleworking teachers.
I just thought of something. What if we get to a time or a place when, to kind of compartmentalize everybody, they do kind of keep you in your own AI driven world where you're interacting with AI agents and you're no longer interacting with humans anymore. And you're kind of stuck in your own bubble, and you could talk to your best friend who's an agent, and you can have a girlfriend who's an agent, and all of these people are in your world because that's what you're comfortable.
As long as she got a donk, I'm good. No, I'm kidding. Looking at ass on TikTok. That's what the Trebles always says.
Building a sustainable way of life depending on how you feel. So they would make sure that you feel comfortable, that you don't have to go out of your way to speak out loud, or having to have that job that you don't like waking up to at 4 a.m. in the morning, or having even to discuss marriage with a girl or having to go out with her, or now it's everything will be automized and you just click and get whatever, and then you sell basically everything. You become a it's a fucking battery, information feeding battery to this AI overlord that's gonna take over everything that we do. Like if they already don't tell you when to turn off your lights, how much to pay for when you turn off your lights, what kind of car you have to drive, and when would you get to charge that car, or how far you get to go in that car, or you could even go out 15 miles away from your house in that car, and if so, you have to pay taxes already from 7 to 7 on the roads that your taxes already paid for. So it's kind of like, what the freak, bro? We're all slaves.
Oh, for sure.
And to play devil's advocate, like we say AI, but how much of it is people? How many of like the awkward kids that couldn't talk to girls or couldn't talk to other people? And it's like, well, I'm going to make the world like an easy place to access, because when I was a kid, I felt like I needed something to help me avoid people. And
Zuckerberg's, Elon Musk.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're seeing them. They're in charge of stuff out somehow.
No, they're in
And
charge
they're
of
making
it.
things like how they wanted it. And so now, like you said, future generations are like growing up where they don't need to be around people. They need this, and it'll do everything for them. It'll tell them what to think, what to say. I mean, GPT is already helping people write movies, papers for school. You were even saying, like, we're wrestling fans. You were even saying they might be using that for scripts for storylines.
Yeah.
So how much of it is like awkward people that are now adults in high positions going, this is how I wanted the world when I was younger. So I'm going to turn the world into this now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're seeing. that's entirely what we're seeing.
And I got something with that too, with like in California where you're living at. I mean, like LA and stuff, they would have like the rolling brownouts to get people so they weren't using so much electricity. So they weren't a complete blackout.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a totally different idea with what you're talking about.
Rolling brownout is when you're in traffic and you're not gonna make it home.
I thought you were talking about the brown.
Yeah.
Like,
we're going to Brown down. Got the sponsored by Dude Wipes. Now
You guys are nuts.
With the brownout thing though too, when like they would cut off your electricity, or they would say like don't use your washer and dryers at certain times. But here's what's crazy: you got people that were like, I have a cousin of mine that lives out there. He was living in Orange County, but I think he was working in LA. And with the times that he had to get to work, it would take him like 3 hours one way. So what he would have to do is he would have to use the carpool lane. Well, what he ended up doing was buying a Tesla, and they gave it like a certain like a weird little write-off type of thing, where if you have a Tesla, you can use this carpool lane, and it made his drive, instead of 3 hours, he would get there in an hour and a half because he didn't have to sit it through as much traffic.
Yeah.
So then what happened was then they changed it in California where they said, oh, if you have this older model of Tesla, you can't anymore. And he was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like,
Let me add on to that.
What's that?
So I work as a sales rep in the electrical field. Not electronics, but like for like electrical contractors for like that build residential and commercial places, right? Where they build coded electricity and they run wire, they run all the piping, they do everything. And I could build you a panel, a sub panel, or a load center, which is where all the power goes to. And every year in California, specifically California, this happens in countrywide, but in California, the electrical code changes every 6 months. Which means all electricians that are coming out of specific training or schools or trade schools or whatever it is that they're majoring in, they have to stay updated every single 6 months for the new codes to change and the new breaker and the new UL listed freaking fitting, right? For example, just little, right? So then what happens is just recently, if you have an electrical panel that has been updated or infused to be able to charge an electrical vehicle at your residential home, you could only charge from a certain time to a certain time. And if you don't, they'll triple charge you for that charge. Because essentially what they want you to do is
Buy gas.
Possibly. What they don't want you to do is overcharge during times in the summer where everybody's running their ACs in the evening. They don't want you to charge your car because it's going to overload the infrastructure for the electricity plant, for the electric plant. But in reality, you can still go to the Target parking lot and then charge your car there at that time for a cheaper price. So they make you drive to the place where you're going to wait for an hour and 30 minutes to charge your car, where you know that you're not going to be in your car. You're going to be either where? On social media, again, consuming their crap. Oh, and conveniently, now you're parked in front of a Target.
Now you're going to be in there shopping and spending money.
It's a motion of money. It's just moving money physically with you. And now it's so convenient because they get to charge your car. Then you go home and then you charge your car. Unless you have a second car that's charging, they will automatically shut your portion down of electricity that's getting fed in your area. And they will automatically shut down your sub panel, your load center, your house, powering your house if it's overloaded at a certain decimal of electricity by a certain time of the day. And you only got
I don't understand how that works because like some people work different schedules. So like, okay, between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. you can't charge your car, but like I work midnights, so maybe this is the only time I can
sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And mind you, these are the same cars that they don't want you to charge at a certain time. And if you do, they'll get overcharged. And they got you to buy the car because you got the write-off to get on the carpool, right? For certain times. But if you don't buy the new model in the next 6 months, that car is useless now. Now you're still gonna get charged and taxed for a car that you no longer need, nor are able to charge or even drive. Oh, wait. And in the beginning, they weren't charging you and taxing you gas taxes, and you could have it as a write-off during IRS season, during your tax season. But now that freaking law doesn't apply anymore. Now you're not gonna get gas taxed anymore. Now you're getting electricity tax. Now they just fucking sold you your own freaking demise, bro. It's the same. Just stay with your big ass guzzling truck.
Yeah.
Now here's another thing that's even crazier that I just thought of. With those cars, the Teslas, for example, you charge it the entire time, the entire way. You still have to stop and charge it after 300 miles. They only can go 300 miles. Where like a car, like my SUV, then what they did was, we still want people to fill up every 300 miles. So instead of your SUV having a 20-gallon tank, we're just going to put an 11-gallon tank in it. And we're going to make it so it's a 4-cylinder. So that way you'll save on gas. But then I still have to get gas every 400 miles at best. If I'm driving in the city, I have to stop every.
They secured the bag. Mile. They secured the 300-mile mark on each car on each certain time limit.
Yeah, because they had other cars. Like my other one, it's got my other car is a V6. My old one was a 4-cylinder. It had an 18-gallon tank. I drove 620 miles on one tank. That was a 2013 before all the electric cars started coming out. Now the electric cars are coming out. They're cutting down on the tank size.
Do they still have it where you can put your own? Because I know there were some vehicles where you can change out and put on bigger or smaller tanks. Do the newer cars allow you to do that? I'm not sure.
I would say maybe, but it's probably not room.
Yeah.
It's
like underneath
hanging down.
Yeah.
But what they have. Okay. What they have been doing was making smart panels. So if you guys go look up SPAN, let me see if I could do it here on my end real quick. So basically, what it is, I'll come back to this real quick. Can somebody pick up where I left off, and I'll interrupt when I'm ready. Sorry about that, guys.
With the mileage or the electric car,
smarter electrical panel that unlocks whole home, room, and appliance energy data, designed to lower your energy bill. Is this what we're talking about here?
SPAN. So I'm going to show this on the machine here real quick. I'll take over the screen.
I'm going like this.
Wait, did you just do the speed music from Mario Brothers?
Yeah,
like when he hit the.
So this is one. I'm a certified SPAN sales rep, and I'll tell you this much right now. This span panel, this is a 32 space of 248 controllable circuits, energy savings. So this is what it's infused. This is controlled. This panel, and I'm not promoting this panel here, but this panel is
I'm
officially
buying it.
a smart panel. You control this panel from your phone. So you could charge or shut off power to certain areas of your house, and it's all controlled via SIM card, which is like a cell phone bill, and or through Wi-Fi. And you could shut down different areas of your house, controlling the power so that you put less load in the infrastructure. But technically, that's basically what it is. Technically, making you have a smart house. But in realistic ways, what they're doing is controlling the power that gets infused and pushed out in your home at different areas. And now they have them in many different areas. You have it for like a big home, for like a multi-home or whatever. But I'm not here to promote this. I'm just saying these things exist. And what's up, James? What it do?
What's up, James?
Please welcome to the freaking show, the man, the myth, the legend, the dude that puts plunder in everything. First, I don't even know how to promote this guy anymore because he's so awesome. This guy's freaking brilliant. This guy is his own villain. He is he is the conspiracy villain. He is the grandmaster of disaster. No stranger to the mother freaking danger. The man, Plunder World's very own James.
Hey, I think I better take my shorts off for that introduction.
What a show. What's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Good to have you in the show. Where can people find you? Let them know what's up.
Hey, well, I just finished some tasty barbecue dinner and got to get back to work because Series 3 is soon to premiere. And I mean, I want to bust in on what everybody's got going on, but who do we got down there?
We got, speaking in code, Teddy Dynamite. We got Code the Man. We got Swankalicious up there. And then we have Chente with the crazy mente. All right.
Hey, guys.
And then obviously you got Conspiracy Poppy over here. Good. Trebles García.
All right. Well, nice to see you again.
Yo, James, this is originally this is your episode in all reality, bro. So we were just, warming up the mics for you, dog. We were talking some conspiracy topics about energy grids and how they control us. And now they want you to pay taxes on stuff that.
Oh, even worse. They're going to take your land through eminent domain because these energy centers are, they're going to be considered public utilities and they're going to have a granted local civic embankment. So, in the 90s, we had to worry about spotted owls and rare toads as an excuse to confiscate your land. And now it's going to be in the sake of the public interest to supply those data centers.
We were just talking about data centers.
Rob us of all of our electricity.
This is definitely James's world.
And that also reminds me, I think we have a vote here in Ohio about like trying not to get those data centers.
They're coming.
Shut the front door.
No, dude, it just happened in Michigan where they built a data center and the city 4-1 voted against it.
Yeah.
And they sued the city and the city only has a budget of $1 million. And they're like, this. So they're building the data center there anyway.
Yeah.
Wait, so they forced their hand?
Yes. And that's what they're going to start doing. Just like James said.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like the actual data center. So more than likely what's going on, and this is true in all eminent domain cases, say like, a Walmart wants to move in or a casino. What will happen is they'll have an insider on the city council and they'll form a planning commission. So every city, every state, they can create these planning commissions that have the right of eminent domain. And it's supposed to be a last resort to get people off of their land, but it's usually the first tactic they use. And so these data centers are probably working through a planning commission.
How about you take over the show and show me one of those mystical cards so that we could show the world
because this will be kind of a premiere. So before I launch into anything, I got to explain that I'm making Series 3 much larger. So in the past, I've limited Series 1 and 2 to 90 subjects each, and each series had 9 hard to find shiny cards. So hey, let's make it bigger. So series 3 is going to have 99 subjects, and each of those subjects will have 3 unique cards with a different part of the story on the back. And there'll be double the amount of shiny cards. There'll be 18. 9 will be about Jeffrey Epstein.
Huh.
And 9 will be about the scary current state of artificial intelligence.
We were just talking about that stuff, man.
It's
3 more
it's
house.
totally prescient.
All
So
right. All right. Before anything, I'm gonna turn off my camera because I'm gonna hit the restroom.
Yeah,
And
do
we
that.
have a host here. Code, you're gonna host the show, and Plunder's gonna take it away. The show is yours.
Are you gonna do a brownout?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go play swinging the tamarind. I'm gonna go swing the tamarind. Do you know what that means? Swing the tamarind, bro. Okay. I'll be
You
right
guys got to
back.
know what a tamarind is.
Oh, the drink or that seed,
Candy,
little pack of seeds. What's going on, James?
Well, so I was gonna premiere some. This might be the first time I get to premiere some artwork for the chase cards tonight. So what I will do is I'll just briefly go over some of the current topics that I've finished. So in series 3, I don't know how many of y'all have non-stick cookingware in your house, but you might want to think about getting something else.
Teflon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even that non-stick stuff you see on the late night infomercials, you know, where it's got the ceramic pan or the pounded copper pan, or it's still got a version of some non-stick substance. Okay. And it goes by many different names, but most of it is a derivative of a plastic or a Teflon cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I gotta blow this up. So, any of y'all familiar with the Franklin scandal?
Yes. Have
Yes.
you guys heard of this?
No.
Oh.
Okay, so the Franklin scandal. I don't have it near me, but no, I don't have that book near me. But there's a couple of good books on the subject. One's called The Franklin Cover Up, and then on YouTube you can watch a documentary that was going to air on TV, but it got taken down, and it's called Conspiracy of Silence. And it's a heartbreaker, man. It's about it's the weird world of Midwest banking meeting the sick world of child trafficking. And one of the central figures was the bank manager named Lawrence King. You'll find him by Larry King, but it's not the same as that talk show host. And he was an up-and-comer in the Republican Party. He actually sang the national anthem at a couple of the RNCs in the 80s. And some of these child welfare services were getting these strange reports of members of Larry King's inner circle trafficking him around to D.C., servicing high-end politicians. One even claimed that he saw George Bush at one of these parties. But it goes even more sinister because it connects to that sick, satanic army officer, Michael Aquino.
Mm-hmm.
Any y'all familiar with him?
Yes, with this crazy cool eyebrows.
I know, no kidding, man. I mean, I got to go 4 weeks without trimming my eyebrows to get close to that. Okay.
Mine, I would be lucky if they grew. I think they're done growing at my age.
Well, I'm sure you'll hit puberty someday. It's all right.
Mine's in the reverse. I'm like the reverse Benjamin Button. I'm getting boobs now. Just with puberty, getting all the estrogen, and my balls went back into my belly. Oh my god!
Oh man!
Not again.
And then two become one. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of cards about the Franklin scandal, and this one is specific to Lawrence King.
Okay. And it was Nebraska. That's why it was King Omaha.
That's right.
Okay.
Now, in lieu of recent events, I've got a couple of cards detailing the history of the United States' first detente into Iran. And this goes all the way back to the 50s. In fact, it was the very first covert operation performed by the CIA, where they overthrew Mohammad Mossadegh and installed a Western-friendly member of the Iranian royal family, the Shah.
Okay.
and
Behind Ajax.
yeah, it was actually known as Operation TP Ajax, and the TP is not for toilet paper. But and as I go through these, I say this all the time to people, especially on shows like this. As I go through these, some of you are going to go, "Oh yeah, I know about that. I know about that." But you got to remember, I'm aiming this at people getting out of high school, people in their young 20s, people that don't have a sense of context. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
an
you'll be
intro to
surprised.
real history.
There's a
Mhm.
lot of people that do not know these things.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
one of them. I didn't know about Operation Ajax. There it
Well,
is.
it's-
All of us in the
it's-
room.
There's some really good. It connects some really wild characters together, like Teddy Roosevelt. He had a couple of grandkids that were active CIA agents. One being Kermit Roosevelt, and the other one being oh gosh, I have his book downstairs. I think it's Archie. Yeah, Archie Roosevelt. And then it introduces another character that everybody should be familiar with. Anybody ever listened to that band, The Police, from the 80s?
Yeah. Sting, right?
Yeah. Well, Miles Copeland, the member of the police, well, his father was a CIA agent.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Weren't they British?
Wow.
I thought they were Brit. Their police aren't from the U.S.
Some of them are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought because Sting, I'm thinking they're all of them. Yeah.
Oh no, it's confusing. I know. Plus, I mean, I'm sorry if you're fans, but the police suck.
No,
Yeah.
I think they're like one song.
Did they do Lady in Red?
No, you're thinking of
Roxanne.
Roxanne. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. That's the coolest song.
That's the only one I could think of.
Mm-hmm.
So much for fans.
Every breath you take.
There you go.
No,
and then Message in a Bottle. For a band that can't stand, I seem to know all their hits. But it's
I
all
was
radio,
gonna say James.
No, stop! Or I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Music or names.
Gosh. Next, I'm going to admit to liking Christopher Cross for some reason. Oh, okay. So, and then
What do you think about Christopher Cross? Isn't Christopher Cross the guy who sings Sailing?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that song.
Like Hartman.
Yeah, I know that song's great. When you're all alone,
Right.
You kind of hum it to yourself when there's a crowd. You're like in a mall and you hear it while you're shopping and you can't help, but you got to sing along. It's embarrassing. So we got more stuff about Ajax. In the early beginnings, how it was tied to British oil companies, because the Brits, they were the ones that had the contract to extract the oil out of Iran. Yeah, it was it's formative for younger readers, because you see, since its inception, the CIA has been more like the secret military for big business. They don't really act 100% in a America first footing. It's usually to be sent in to destabilize a particular region for a resource or in the name of a business.
Would that be kind of like remember we were talking about the banana?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. That was also a CIA operation to overthrow Guatemala, and that was for the benefit of United Fruit, which later became, I believe, Dole.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you get a can of Dole ring pineapples, you can thank the CIA for that.
Wow. Look at that. Yo, can you throw that up again on the thing real quick? And so if you go, I'm not gonna ask you to do this code, because obviously I'm recording on my end. So I'm gonna do it on my end here, and now there's a dynamic view gallery on Zoom now that you could put it up, and bam, it blows it up on your screen even better now. So awesome. So I could see this right in my face. For the listeners, please, I'm trying to bring in your attention to the art. Please tell me about the art a little bit, like you always do, sir.
Yeah. So the next subject here, it's actually shot in my garage. I got I was when I go out and exercise on my long walks, I came across this thrown away American flag. And I grabbed it and I'm like, hey, this could be used for something. So I wrap it around my vacuum hose on my industrial strength vacuum in the garage. and I got an old jar of creatine that I don't use, and so sprinkle that on my mat and simulate a little booger sugar because this is about cocaine in Mena, Arkansas.
See how it's rolled? And then it's got the line. In Arkansas. Of course. Who's our favorite there?
Yeah, and it's connected to the Clintons. You got it. But it has, and actually, it's really interesting because it connects figures I've mentioned in the past, like Barry Seal,
Yes.
the famous CIA and DEA pilot, and that recent movie about him starring Tom Cruise. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's pretty accurate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, except for Tom Cruise being the main guy.
Well,
Barry seems like a short.
What?
fat-
How
or-
dare you speak about Tom Cruise, bro?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
I feel like
Toad's correct because I mean Barry Seal was a heavy dude. It would have been more appropriate if like Jack Black played him, you know?
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
oh, we'd have got some killer songs. Steve Suffolk.
Total theory of the dead man.
Theory.
And so moving on, any of y'all ever heard of the Promise software scandal?
No.
No.
Okay,
What
so
is that?
the Promise was a program developed out of DARPA, and this was in the early 80s, and it was a project made through public grant funding, which means that it is open and available to the public at the time. And so some computer programmers in the early days figured out a way to connect banking transactions with police records and court records. And so it was easier to track the financial transactions of criminals.
Wow.
And so the developers of Promise, they thought, whoa, this is too good to pass up. So one of the developers changed the code a little bit on his own so he could monopolize it and take it off of the public availability. And it attracted the attention of Israeli Mossad. And so the Israeli Mossad sent one of their agents, what's his name? Anyways, he was a facilitator of the Jonathan Pollard scandal, and his name is Raphael Etan, and Raphael Etan, he managed to get his hands on a copy of the Promise software by pretending to be an interested scientist at a demonstration. He had a fake identity and everything, and he managed to make a copy of the Promise software and install a back door in it. And Mossad would sell this program to its enemies under front companies. They'd sell it to places like Egypt or South America or Congo. And every single thing that those governments were learning, Israel had a backdoor window to see what was going on.
Sneaky mother truckers.
Yeah, dude. And one of their primary salesmen for the Promise software was Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's daddy.
Wow.
What?
Now,
They're all in cahoots.
Yes. Now, wasn't this starting to get unraveled by a specific journalist?
Yes, you're talking about Danny Casolaro.
Yes. And
Yeah,
you know
and if you
Yes.
the octopus murders.
Oh,
Remember I
that's-
kept telling you?
yeah.
It's all tied to this.
Okay.
It's
I
so
gotta watch
freaking
that now.
sick.
It's
Oh yeah,
Clear.
this branches off into several different topics that I cover. The Promise software scandal was later altered and turned into a program called MainCore, and MainCore was developed at the National Security Agency under Colonel Oliver North, who was involved in the Iran-Contra affair. And it cataloged, I want to say 6 million suspect Americans. So, moving on.
Moving on.
We're going to move back in time a little bit, and we're going to talk about a true patriotic American, a man who wrote a book, and it's really short, and everybody should read it. And the name of the,
Angel Trebles Garcia wrote a really short book. that
there you
everybody-
go. There you go. And you're such an old man because you wrote it in 1927. That's right.
I age like wine.
What was the name of the book again, James? I'm sorry.
Well, the name of the book is the name of the book is War is a Racket, and it's by Smedley Butler.
I've heard that. Look it up.
Yeah,
Has
you don't even
Butler ever written anything besides this?
Oh yeah, well he's written numerous speeches.
Okay.
In fact, most of his really good stuff is actual congressional testimony about this case. In fact, I think what he said in this particular case is more revealing than what he wrote in the book.
Yeah, no book.
And all of that stuff's available on archives. In fact, his actual book is a short read. I wouldn't even buy a copy. I mean, you can get a PDF of it and read it in an afternoon. But he was approached by members of the wealthy business elite because they had a hard time with the Great Depression and the New Deal offered by Franklin Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
And their plan was to perform a coup and install Smedley Butler as a figurehead president. Only his title would actually be the Secretary of General Affairs. And he exposed the plot, and it's famously known as the business plot. And a lot of, I mean, this is where it gets into weird territory because, people on the left, they point to this as a fascist operation because at the time Mussolini was rising in power, and there were efforts in France, and fascism was sort of this attractive way for members of the business class to combat socialism, and the New Deal was seen as pure socialism, and I agree. But there's this pull and this push towards socialism or fascism, and America's always been kind of in between those ideologies. But in reality, America's always just been kind of at the whim of the highest bidder, no matter the political ideology. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Always, baby.
Yeah.
But there's no way our politics are corrupt. No way.
Oh no, man, we're pure as cocaine.
Cocaine. So you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. 1990s, 1980s Coke compared to the shit that we have now. Not that I'm a drug. I stopped doing Coke a long time ago, guys. Hold up, that didn't sound right. I am not encouraging you guys to go do some Coke.
He's talking about the soda.
He's
talking about the soda.
He sure is. So Toad, you need to get a pen and paper out. You need to count the number of times he sniffs. Right?
And for every time, if you get it right, if you guys get it right, you guys get a free copy of the book and a signed copy of the book with a free hat.
Funny you guys mentioned that. We have this coworker. We don't know what he's sniffing, but yes, I'll be in the stall doing my business, and you'll hear somebody go in the next stall, and all you hear is. And then they walk out of the bathroom, and it's like you didn't try to disguise it with a toilet flush, nothing. You just came in there, sniff what you sniffed, and then walk right out. We can hear you.
It gets to a point, bro, where people stop giving a crap and they just want their fix. Tell you that much. You know how I know? Because I used to do it. I used to do it, but I'm telling you, we get to a point where we're like, I don't give a fuck if you hear me now. I'm just and then walk away. What are you gonna do? You can't rat on me. Shit.
You heard him crushing up because we think it's pills. You hear the bottle rattle, and then you hear the crunching, and then and then we're like, what the hell is going on over there?
There's only one drug I know that they can crunch up with the water bottle and they'll still take it through the nose, and it's fucking meth, because Coke is very fine and it'll get dirty really fast, and meth won't.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Don't ask me how I know. Guys, fuck. Sorry. Anyway,
Okay.
James, can you please take it over again? We are
I'm
completely
rail.
segued off
Gotta
the
hide my,
rail. Stop using all those words,
learning.
please. I'm a recovering addict here, guys. Come on. You just off the rail, bro? Really? Off the rail. All right.
I didn't think about that.
off the rails. So do you have like a necklace with a small spoon pendant? Man.
I used to have a bullet. When I used to go rail, I used to take 3 or 4 bullets. So basically, each shot, you go flip it, turn it back, and take it up their nose, and it was just a nutrient bullet, and it was shaped like a bullet, and it would take up to $60 of cocaine. And each little shot it was a kiski, bro, and it was amazing.
Sheesh.
But it ruined my life, guys. Do not do drugs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, don't snort that or snort
Did
bullets.
they make like an EpiPen version of that for people with allergies? An EpiPen version of that for like people with allergies.
What did I do? James,
No,
take
no,
over the screen
Sorry,
again, James,
man,
please.
dude.
Sorry, James.
Okay, well, I don't know what the next one is, but I hope it isn't drug related. Okay,
Oh,
good,
man.
it isn't. Okay, great. Okay, so there is a series of all kind of experiments that the CIA and the Army did about remote viewing.
Oh yeah, baby.
And the very first one was Project Scan8. And the only real surprise about all of it is that it was invented by a bunch of Scientologists. And they sold this scam to the CIA to the tune of about $3 million in the 60s. And they carried it all the way through the early 1980s. And so there are several cards that deal with that program.
I love it.
Okay. Now, shifting gears to something that's a little more grounded, we got to talk about the C word. Okay. And that is
cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no,
sometimes.
the other C word, crystal meth.
There you go. Oh, hey.
Fuck yeah. Hey.
I was going to say conspiracy theorist.
Oh.
So this details the story of this is right around the time where the Warren Commission was released, and there are a whole bunch of authors that were slamming the report. A couple of them being Mark Lane and another fellow by the name of Epstein, and no relation, but the CIA actually published a document to basically attack these researchers and use the word conspiracy theorists as a way to demonize them.
Oh yeah.
And that's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. You
Okay.
know.
So any of y'all know about the Schofield Reference Bible?
Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
So-
just entertaining.
Now this is where, you know, sometimes my subjects are going to push a few buttons, and this one probably will for people that approach my table, so too bad. But this is the actual Bible that created the whole idea of Christian dispensationalism and a belief in a rapture, and how the support of Israel is near and dear to every church in the United States.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something, but we're on YouTube. So
Yeah.
on YouTube, by the
Of
way.
course.
All I'm
And-
saying is, yeah. It's gonna press some buttons, and this is what I like to do on the show. I'm here to step on on toes and buttons. Guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but they're not the chosen anymore. Forget that. It doesn't matter. I don't care how you get baptized, and I don't care if you want to call yourself an Israeli after or whatever. I've seen some retarded ass Protestants out here lately just talking their shit and being so pro Israel. It's retarded. You can tell that you're retarded. Hard R. Sorry. I wanted to talk some shit. Anyway, please, James, proceed.
And this is actually one of the oldest trees in Texas. It's down south towards the coast. And so, you know, when you see sites like that, you got to get a photo. Okay.
Yeah, the
All right.
art that you put up is amazing, by the way, and
Oh,
I
thanks.
give you props because you're one of the most original artists out here with one of the biggest collection of conspiracy cards in the freaking planet. Not just conspiracy cards, but history. Rich, American, world, global, human history. And it's amazing, and I'm a big fan of you, bro. Please continue. Sorry.
Oh, thanks. The concept of cognitive infiltration is something that's happening to us. It's happening to your friends and your family, and it is an actual tactic developed to replace the old method of propaganda during war. So, in the old days, when you wanted to spread some propaganda on the battlefield, you'd fill a plane full of leaflets and drop them over a line, or you'd have like a radio broadcast, like Tokyo Rose, you know, telling American soldiers that their government hates them, you should quit, you should surrender. Well, now in the age of cell phones and social media, there's a new technique called cognitive infiltration.
Oh yeah.
And the way it works is that all your social media feeds are already tailored to your taste.
What were you just talking about, guys? Fellas, full circle here. Come on, get excited.
so-
Give it to me.
Hey, that's my life.
And so what's going to happen? This is a combination of many other techniques that I explore in series 3. And so one of the issues is if you want to nudge somebody's belief about a topic, or like, let's say you want, I'll give you a perfect example. So a couple weeks ago, people were questioning everything that happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, about that amazing bullet that just went right through the president's ear. Well, if you were scrolling through any feeds, you might have seen like 1 or 2 posts about how lucky, we all are that it didn't do any more harm. How, we were just a couple of millimeters away from World War III. Okay, that was cognitive infiltration. What they're trying to do is nudge you into not questioning that event. And you can usually tell by the identity of whoever posted it. It'll usually be from somebody you've never seen, and it probably has thousands of likes. And you'll never see a post from that account again. So the concept originated for wartime during the initial days of the Russia and Ukraine conflict. And so the idea is that these Ukrainian soldiers, every soldier's got a smartphone in their pocket, and they're all on social media feeds, and using technology like Starlink and other cell towers that can ping their phones. Data centers can literally see everything that is on the phones of the soldiers, and they can tap into those feeds and program each soldier tailored just to their interests. I think that's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, I think, doesn't this go hand in hand with behavioral mapping?
Yeah, in a way, but you have to develop that net, and that net can only be developed through social media companies sharing that information.
So you're feeding the information to the weapon.
In a way, yeah. There's if you go back a little further, like maybe 2005, 2004, maybe a little later. It was around Facebook's heyday, but there was a concept called pre-bunking, in which posts were adding a little bit of they're trying to get ahead of a lie. Or it would be the opposite. A good exaggerated example is like, hey, Adolf Hitler used to drink water. President Bush drinks water. Notice, you know what I mean? It's really bad, lazy, connect the dots thinking.
Is this why the question on Facebook was what's in your mind? So that you were able to post something?
In a way, yeah. And also they also wanted you to post your face when you were a kid and current age, so they could have a record of your aging. Yep.
We just talked about this shit, guys. You guys are freaking awesome. My fucking
anytime there's a quiz or a trend or a controversy, like, is this dress blue or orange? Don't participate. Don't. Stay away from it. Okay. Even if it seems innocuous, even if it seems like it's fun, don't do it. Okay.
Because I've been seeing a lot of those on Facebook where it's like, oh yeah, like my favorite color is blue. I used to live on this street. And it's like, what are your things? And then like the next person, like in the comments or make their own posts.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're giving out like all these different, and the questions seem like security questions.
Yeah.
Because like when you think about like when you set up like a bank account or something like that, and it's like, oh yeah, what was the street you used
what
to
color
live on?
hydrant is it?
Or like, what's your favorite color? What's your mom's maiden name? I've been noticing on Facebook there have been quizzes like that, and I think the same thing. Like,
or even post your most recent pick.
Yep.
And then everybody and it does the chain of first recent picks of your phone, and everybody's like just date. Oh my goodness, bro.
And another thing to be careful of is, I don't know if they do it anymore, but I know Instagram used to do like throwback Thursdays, where it's like post a picture of you back in the day or you and your friends. Don't do it. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Facebook does it too. It'll have like memories, and it'll be like 2002, and it'll have a photo from that day, and then there's like now, and it'll be blank for you to put the photo in.
Oh wow!
So it's like a comparison.
Yeah, the other
That's
ones,
interesting.
do you remember they would be like, it would be like something stupid, but if you think about it, you're still giving your information. It was like what's your I don't know, what's your British name? It's your sir or lady, and then your dog, your first pet, and then the street you lived on.
Yeah.
1000%.
Security questions. Those are literally security. And you just put
bad word.
Yep.
James,
don't-
for the sake of the beaners out there watching the show,
Well, what's
please,
done?
what is Unoculus? What does that mean?
Oh, innocuous. It means like it's fun. It's not harmful. It's just innocent. Innocuous.
Okay.
Innocuous. Hashtag look it up.
Look it up.
I fucking love it. You guys are awesome. All right, James, keep hitting it. We got about 30 more minutes of
No
greatness.
problem. No problem. No
You
problem.
brilliant
Thank you.
mother
I didn't know what
trucker.
innocuous meant either.
Okay, let me just. All right, here we go. Okay, and then
The one-
Mr. Fauci was involved in another scandal in the 80s over a drug called AZT.
That's the hate
And
stuff.
yeah, and it was a horrible drug. In fact, everybody that was like shriveling up and losing weight and getting sick all the time, it wasn't because of HIV. It was the side effect of AZT.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that the
What is AZT?
Well, AZT is it was a chemotherapy drug, and the prescribed dose was so toxic that it just wouldn't pass trials. And so they reduced the dosage and marketed it as a treatment for HIV because the only thing it had in common was a weakened immune system, and it destroyed the immune system.
Yeah. And it was like a lot of gay people were taking it as like a prerequisite, right?
Yeah, and it also created that underground service. Maybe you saw that film with McConaughey, the Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah, there were a lot of buyers clubs around the U.S. It wasn't just Dallas, and
they were buying that AZT. That's what. They
oh
were
no,
buying?
no, no. They were going south of the border. They were going to Mexico, and they were getting a whole bunch of natural remedies and generic medications that would boost your immune system and help you live clean. And part of the rules is that you don't eat processed foods. You take natural remedies, and you avoid AZT. And it some of the clubs operated out of a subscription service, like pay $50 a month and you get whatever you need. Some were per shipment. It ruffled some feathers because the feds got involved and tried to shut these clubs down.
As they get involved in everything that we do.
Of course. Okay, and then briefly, this is just expanding on the previous card about Scan 8. Later in the 80s, the program was renamed to Stargate, and they actually had some interesting results. They were able to predict the location of Carlos the Jackal, who was a terrorist bomber. They were able to locate a kidnapped Marine colonel, I believe in Beirut, within like 2 blocks of where he was actually being held, which is really weird.
Are you talking about what we recently did to find the murmurer guy, the general lost in Iran, the pilot that fell off the plane in Iran, and they used heart murmur technology to find this mother trucker in the desert?
Okay, first of all, I think that's horse manure. I think we knew where that guy was the entire time. I think he was just sent there to kind of locate any sort of radioactivity, and that whole "let's get the guy out because we're patriots" was just a front. I think we knew where that guy was the entire time. Okay.
Hell of a way to do it, though, by the way, because
that was the only jet that went down in a region known to have nuclear material. Come on, it just seems fishy. Okay. Now I don't know about where y'all live, but like there are some chunks of Southeast Texas that pretty much only speak Hindi. Okay. And it's I mean, they're one of the the 2 largest statues for Hindus are near Houston. Like they're gigantic. Okay. And a lot of that, in fact, all of that is is directly you can blame all of that on the lax visa policies that this country has. And so we go into the details of the H-1B visa scam that's going on, that's causing a lot of trucking accidents and vacant office parks and enormous amounts of family being brought over here and living off of the dole.
Don't even get me started there. Don't even get me started there. That's another triggering word, guy. I know
this is what I like to call another one of them spicy cards. Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Is it Dole the fruit company still?
I wish. If all they wanted to do is come over here and eat Dole, then fine, be my neighbor. Okay.
You know, my friend from Talking Roosters podcast, he's no longer doing the show. Rico.
No.
I had him. Yeah, he's no longer doing the show, but I had him on yesterday at 7 a.m. in the morning. And we were talking about how, and guys, and I get to say this first of all, because it's my show. Fuck you, do what I want. Second, second is he told me that in the early 1990s when these Hindus, when these immigrants were migrating, they were migrating with the intent of not being liberated or anything, but with the intent of becoming American.
Yeah.
And not only becoming American, but being patriotic on this country and being a part of civilization and forgetting all of their nasty parts of their culture and only integrating the great things about their culture, like their food, their values, their morals, including them to the American way of life. But he said that now in Canada, these people come and they are from India and they want to make another India. Totally. And they do everything what they did in India, like eat and cook on the side of the road and do all the crazy stuff that a lot of different people do. And I'm not going to get into specifics because I love my Indian people. It's just some people come here to not be American, just to be Indian. Now,
you don't wash your cheeks in a public fountain, all right?
Thank you. I'm just saying, you can still be Indian or Mexican or Nicaraguan or Russian or wherever the fuck you're from.
Brought to you by Dude Wipes.
But if you're gonna freaking, and this episode is not brought to you by Dude Wipes, but maybe we should apply for sponsorship or an affiliationship. Maybe I don't know.
They need to expand.
Washing my cheeks.
They need to expand into Hindu wipes.
They 20 them cheeks.
Only for Hindus. Anyway, guys, the point is, Rico, massive shout outs to Rico from Talking Roosters podcast. He came out and he said the same thing. He goes, now these people are making Canada another India. And it's sad because they don't want to learn the language. They don't want to contribute, but they want everything, all the amenities, all the immunities, and everything that the country offers, to the point where the country starts to fail, importing problems into an area where people didn't have these problems. And that's happening in California too. You know, and it's retarded, guys. I don't want to get into politics, but yes, I stand very firmly on ICE rates. Anyway, go ahead, please.
Moving on. Okay. I've always been fascinated by red flag laws and where they came from. And there's a very slippery slope that can lead authorities into applying these to yourself or, your neighbor or your family members just for very little evidence. And it varies from state to state, but in lieu of all the I guess mass casualty events, these become more and more prevalent in our lives. Red flag laws.
Okay. Amazing stuff.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I got interrupted. I'm tired of sitting my ass rich.
So a little levity here. Anthony Weiner's laptop was the October surprise in the 2016 election, but he was actually guilty of more heinous stuff. And to this day, we don't really know what actually was found on that laptop. But it was blamed for.
Did you put wieners on that freaking card, bro? Oh my god!
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I totally did.
Notice the first.
We noticed it. Look a little pack out.
That's the first thing we saw, man.
I freaking love it. I freaking love it.
Yeah,
and they're kosher.
Right. Oh, let's read about the S. Are those Hebrew nationals?
Only the best for the Jews, baby.
Those Hebrewskis. No, sorry.
So I'm sure you guys can see these cameras where you live.
Yeah, flock camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so crazy.
they're everywhere now.
I was just in Albany. I was with freaking
RGB.
Yeah, RGB from the Conspiracy Chaos.
Shout
And
out to
there's
Conspiracy Chaos.
Yeah. There's a huge influx of these flock cameras to the point where like people started getting mad at like the city, and they said like, oh, what the heck was it? There was like a truck or something that said like you on it, and they put flock you on the truck, and it's like in their newspapers and stuff like that. I just saw it when I went to go get gas yesterday on my way back, and we were just talking about this. He was telling me a little bit about it, but we didn't talk about it on the show on Friday.
Oh man, it's so easy to do a deep dive on flock. There is so much shenanigans about what police search for. Shoot, last week I was at a convention in a little tiny town out east, and a police officer off duty was at my table, and that topic came up, and he says, dude, I'm torn because the police love flock. They love it. It makes their job so easy, but they're so paranoid about how it could be tampered with and abused.
Yeah.
That's a police officer telling me that.
Yo, James, can you please give me a couple examples what flock cameras have been abused and tampered to be used for?
Well, sure. So the first thing is that it's supposed to be on a secured network. So the camera on the bottom, or the camera on the right, that is the most common flock camera you're going to see. And it records traffic, but it is also, it's kind of like facial recognition for cars, because it has a special program using artificial intelligence to map your license plate to anything else that makes your car stand out, including like dents, scraped paint, maybe bumper stickers. Even if you don't have a license plate, it could still fingerprint your car. And when you pass by another flock camera, well, then, hey, it recognizes that car because it's a shared network. Now, the problem is that these administrators don't understand security. And so there's a really, really smart fella who you could find easily if you just look into flock. And he has mapped where all of these flock cameras are. And there's an interactive map on his website, and you can find flock that is near you. And he's even documented cases where you could just log into a particular web address, and boom, you have access to about 50 areas in the country with open networks. And so you can see the flock data as it's coming in. And that's just if you're a seedy little criminal that wants to track somebody. But the other things that are scary is that there have been cases of police officers punching in the name of ex-girlfriends and stalking them through flock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your distance, like a bird's eye view. Of
Totally.
course, called flock.
And they're also equipped for facial recognition, and they do the same thing to people. They will tag your face with your clothes, with your routine. They'll find tattoos, scars, and these are flock also makes cameras for businesses and government buildings. And there are other contractors out there besides flock. There's at least 6 or 7 others.
If I may add, I don't even think they're only using that for all those things that you just added. I think they might be using it to, what's the word when you're saying when you're, for example, you're a boss, you own a McDonald's, and you want your employees to do their job, so you're monitoring. That's the word, monitoring them. I think it's to monitor trafficking.
Yeah,
drug traffic, drug trafficking, human trafficking.
But what does that have to do? What does that have to do with storing your biometric information? What does that have to do with recording every tattoo? What does that have to do with tying it to your license plate if you're a business owner? I get security is important, but there's certain. I mean, it's still a muddy issue. And my main concern is that this sort of data it just seems like it's mass surveillance on the street, but dadgum well that this information is being sold to insurance companies. There have been cases of that. In fact, when you see those cars driving around your city with the cameras mounted on them, those are not for making Google Maps. A lot of those cars are equipped with flock technology, and they're getting street level views. And this is without the assistance of the police. They're selling that information to precincts. They're selling that information to insurance companies. That's going to affect your rates if you have a carrier that uses flock data.
Already affecting your rates. I get, look, so I live in LA, in downtown LA, and then we're divided in different little sectors, areas, and I live in the flats now, a little bit southern from LA, and then the city is called Linwood. From Linwood, Southgate, and Huntington Park, which is three different cities within the same little vicinity, whatever you want to call it. If I buy a car insurance and I live in Huntington Park, it's at least $100 difference less than what I am paying here now. And it's specifically, it's all because unincorporated and incorporated the areas of the city, I mean county, and so forth and so forth. But now that you put it into, now they're monitoring where there's more car accidents and how it affects your age, your sex, and even race at this point.
Yeah, totally.
Also, there's something you said earlier about like they weren't on secure networks. So does that mean they could be like hacked easy and other people with nefarious means can get that information?
Well, you see, this is the excuse that companies like Flock and Palantir use is they say, hey, look, we're not a surveillance company, okay? We just make technology that makes surveillance easier, and it's up to the administrators to take care of security. So they technically have wiggled their way out of responsibility. It's kind of like saying, look, we just made the car. If some psycho decides to run people over with it, it's not our fault. But this is a different class because you're making it too easy. And these administrators, a lot of them are older and they don't understand technology. They just know, space bar, go, stop. That's all they know.
May I add, we just about 10 years ago in 2015 or 16, correct me if I'm wrong, hashtag look it up, guys, keep it simple, stupid. I remember Pokemon Gold came out.
Oh, yeah.
And people were mapping out where you can catch these rare Pokemon. And there was a point where in order to catch the most rarest Pokemon, you had to go multiple times during different times of the day. So now they're checking how the sun goes up, how the sun goes down, how the lighting looks, what apartments and what buildings were there. And throughout the last 10 years, they were collecting data of how that specific corner of that park or parking structure looks like. For the past 10 years, you've been feeding and mapping real world using AI technology disguised as one of the most impactful anime series in the freaking world, Pokemon, right?
And they take advantage of the kiddos
and adults because shit.
When it came out, I was playing it.
Well, I meet a lot of people that still play it because when I go to these conventions, I'm like a heavy metal scary guy, and I don't play kids games. And when people ask, they're like, "Oh, so do you have any Pokemon cards?" I tell them, "No, I don't, and it's bad for you. You should buy these." Okay, so
James, I gotta pitch something to you now that we have you here. How awesome would it be if we all collected ourselves and stop and we look through our differences, beyond our differences, and then you have the first ever successful collectible conspiracy card game. Not that Thomas from Paranoid American hasn't. He has his own, but this is like elite, bro. This is amazing. But here comes the pitch real quick. Hold on. How about we collect, and this is Shet's from Sunday Night Secret Society's podcast idea, and I just want to bring it up to you. Why don't we collect some of the best podcast creators in the freaking world and make a conspiracy cookbook with conspiracy recipes to eat conspiracies or whatever? You know what I mean, right?
I like that. I like a cookbook. That sounds great. Okay, and you've already given me like a wild burst of imagination about a cookbook, but a game.
We should do it.
Okay, so here's the problem. There are already 2 guys out there making card games based around conspiracies. Okay. And I'm not trying to knock anybody, but one of them is really expensive and it's all computer AI art. Okay.
Exactly.
That's depressing. Okay. I can't stand that, but to each their own. And the other one is so like trigger warning based, like every single card
that makes you gay,
offensive and inflammatory and it's just to to stir an emotion. Okay, I mean, let's
Word.
put it this way: there's one
Like a
character
rating.
card called Mud Shark, and I'll let you figure out what that means.
Yeah,
Come
great.
on.
Great, brother.
Yeah.
Yours is the most elite. I'm telling you, and
Well,
and quite frankly, original.
Well, I appreciate that, but the other hesitation I have is that okay. So all right, let me try to get through this. I know you're short on time, but like so I've been asked about that's
I'm
a
married.
common I get that's a common question I get asked about making a game, and so I don't. I've never played a game. I don't know how to play card games. And when I'm at these shows, I will ask some of these kiddos and older adults, I'm like, hey, so how do you play this game? And 90% of them say, we don't play, we just collect. And so that's a bummer because, you bang your head against a wall trying to make a game and nobody's going to play it. So the second thing is that I have played around with certain ideas and mechanics, and I do have some pretty great ideas. And so I even got a book called How to Think Like a Game Designer. It's a really good book. And I mean, for somebody like me that knows nothing about these kinds of games, it's a quick, easy read. And I'll even spoil it for you because the very last chapter, the author gives you his mobile phone number. And so if you have an idea and you finish this book, you can call him up or send him a message and say, hey, this is, what do you think? So I've thought about it. It's just, I have so much against the odds of that being worth the cost of printing. You know what I mean?
Stick to the conspiracy cookbook.
Yeah, there you go.
We need a conspiracy cookbook, and there's somebody, and if there's someone that's gonna be able to make it, first and foremost, it's gotta be James and loyal motherfuckers like us. Yo, James, we got time for one more, and we're gonna knock it off.
Okay, well, let me find a good one then. Here, let me do. Okay, so I'll quickly go through. These are some of the hard to find shiny rare cards dealing with AI, and so there are funeral homes, there are services that will take footage and audio of your dead relatives and create AI beings that you can communicate with.
What?
Yes.
Like magic? Like magic? Like a medium?
Well, no, I mean it's like you stare at a screen, you open an app on your phone, and you could talk to your dead uncle.
No. But like you could already do this, like a crystal ball, like a person. My mother, my great grandmother, she was a shape shifting, freaking hog at night and a woman throughout the day, and she would be medium. She would connect you to the dead and have you talk to demonic entities. And I'm telling you because this is a thing already. Now you're telling me that they just repackaged it and put it in an app.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Yeah. And then this is really important. I just want to shoot. Hold on. Let me just transition here. Okay, so we've got this story about Albania. Okay. Now Albania, this woman isn't a real woman. Okay.
Wow.
That's
woman not a real woman. This
woman is 100% artificial intelligence.
What's going on with his butt?
Oh, I'm sorry. Every time I throw up a PDF about something scary, I like to have a visual representation of how bad we're getting it back there.
That's right. That's
So,
right. Show him the one with the train. Can you show him the one with the train, please? You did the first time you ever came on the show. You did one with the train. That was amazing, by the way.
Oh man, because that was just it was slow. He's like,
You don't understand.
Oh wait, no, that's bread.
That one's great. That one's great too. That one's freaking awesome.
Bread.
Guys, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I really suggest you guys take the time of day to go on YouTube and check out this amazing freaking show.
Okay. But yeah, this particular woman is a member of Albania's parliament. Okay. And she's purposely dressed in traditional clothes. So, boomers and idiots that don't know how to use the computer go, oh, okay, well, she looks trustworthy. And she's pregnant with 80 children, by the way.
Damn.
Did you say 80 children?
Yeah. And it's these children are going to be each child is going to be given to each member of Albania's parliament to help them make better decisions. So you're basically going to have an AI telling people how to vote. And so that's a hard to find rare card about the AI being's name, Hail Delia, or Delia, whatever it is.
Hail Delia. You know, it's funny. Go ahead, playtime. Give me the last one. Go ahead.
Let's see. That was okay.
I'm not gonna.
This one's better. This one's better. Okay. I had fun making this. I got a can of SpaghettiOs and cracked a book open and made it spill all over the place because this is about the current trend of books written by AI sometimes 2 or 3 days after a tragic event. If you remember back in 2023 when the Hawaii fires happened to Maui, 2 days after the fire started, 2 books about the entire event were written and available to purchase on Amazon. And I have both of those books. I bought them, and they immediately got taken off of Amazon about a week later.
So they were written by AI, like somebody used AI to make them like that quickly?
Yes. In fact, if you go on Amazon right now and you go to the book section, there's a filter for books written by AI. And at this point, there's over 2,000, maybe more.
It's like music, writing, and this is what's happening in the entertainment industry also here in Hollywood. Actors and actresses are being really afraid. Even directors and all these scriptwriters, people are afraid of what's happening. And it's also an exciting time, obviously, but it's gonna completely destroy the market, at least for the entertainment industry, including books, writers, and all that stuff. This is why I always say, guys, the book, I wrote it based off a thesis because I'm a podcaster. I'm not an author. I'm not a writer. You could tell the spacing is all fucked up. Even the punctuation's fucked up because I'm not a freaking writer. All right, guys? Anyway, go ahead. James, the legendary, the guy that has been here before with many different messages. You're a historian, bro. You are what's the word that I wanted to put? What's the word? You are a curator of event, like life events that have been forgotten in the ages. Please let them know one more time where they can find you.
All right. Well, my name's James, and I make trading cards. I make real trading cards. This is not some digital, NFT. They're real cards in a pack, in a box. You can collect them. They're like reminders in a binder. It's like collecting the apocalypse. And I am hot on the heels of finishing Series 3. And I'm one guy. So I do this for the love. Every single show I do, every convention I attend, every appearance, all the proceeds go to printing Series 3. And so just go to plunderworld.com. You could find me on Instagram at Plunder World Cards, and I'm not shy. I'm very, very responsive.
So you make sure you check them out. Speaking of Code, let them know where they can find you. Yo, Code, are you giving something away today? Are we giving something out? What are we doing, Code? What are we doing? Sure. Come on, Code. I'm gonna double up. If you're giving something away, I'm gonna give out something too. What are we doing today, Code?
Oh, buy dinner first.
TBD cheeks.
Yeah, we got TBD's cheeks. We got stinking good candles. They're wickless candles. They are. I don't have any right here. Shoot,
okay, so we're giving out a candle and a care package, maybe some stickers in a cup. Are we doing something crazy?
Yeah.
All right. So what are the rules? Do they need to hit you up in the DM, or the first person that hits you up in the DM, or who's getting it first?
Well,
how we're doing this?
How about James gives them a question based off of one of his cards?
Okay, well then I can't be the odd man out. I'll do a giveaway. We'll make it a 3-way giveaway. How about that?
Whoa. Now that's a fucking beast.
Okay, 3-way giveaway.
What's the question?
Okay, so here's what I'll do. Okay, here's what I'll do. I will reach into this box, and it's your show, Trebles. So you tell me where to stop, and I will pull out a pack of cards. I will open it on camera, and whoever answers this trivia question, I will send them the contents of the pack. But you got to live in the United States, okay? Fair?
Fair. Live in the United States, and you have to DM me directly with the answer. So mind you guys, you have to DM directly, and then you're going to get a 3-way package. He's going to give that out, and I'm going to give out a signed copy of the book with a free hat, and you got to live within the United States, including I'm going to send James your information, a P.O. box or address. He's going to send that out to you, and then Code is also going to send you a care package, which contains, what's it going to contain, Code? Come on, stop playing games.
We got stickers. We got stinking good candles. I'll throw it on a mug. I'll throw it on
and gum. And conspiracy gum. That's right.
Conspiracy League Chew.
And TBD's headshot.
Yeah.
TBD's
hair.
Right. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about. So it's a 3-way giveaway. The first person that comes in with the question. Go ahead, James, proceed. And
okay, so you tell me where to stop, okay?
Stop.
This one right here?
That one right there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a damn good show.
Damn good show. Diabetes. The damn good.
You guys gonna have a shiny in it, man.
Yeah, let's get a shiny boy.
Shiny.
Woo, woo, woo.
Come on, shiny
I'm
boy.
feeling good about this one. So first out of the
yeah.
gate, we got a black border seed oils card.
Ooh.
A gold border Robert Maxwell card. By the way, all of these have a little mini breakdown of the conspiracy. And there's 3 cards for every subject. So this is only the gold card.
3 different colors, 3 the part 1, 2, and 3 of the story of each card. That's right.
The black border about the swine flu of 1976. Everything we did, just about everything we did during the lockdown of COVID, we already did it in 1976.
Oh, yeah.
And a silver border about DEI and where it came from and what it's doing to the world.
That is amazing.
And a silver border about August Belmont. He was a Rothschild's agent during the Civil War, trying to take over the cotton trade. So good about this.
Man.
I love
then we
these.
have a silver border Freedom Convoy card about the Canadian truckers during the lockdown. And we have a shiny. Shiny. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And this is about Facebook's experiment to create fear and anger at the push of a button.
Yes.
Kind of where we started at.
You know what? I'm feeling so freaking frisky.
Brought it around.
We're gonna give you the context of that right there. And I myself have some shiny cards. I'm gonna throw an extra shiny card for Plunder World on that package next to the book, next to the cap, and then we're gonna have COAD hit you guys up with an amazing care package. COAD has the best amazing care packages. I'm telling you right now, he doesn't have a lot, but the ones he gives out are huge. They're the best care packages I know. And no one can really do them like he does. They're huge. All right. I'm letting you know right now. And you know what's funny, bro? The freaking cup is not no freaking cheapy cup. It's a Stanley. Is it a Stanley? What is it, a Stanley or a Yeti?
Yeti.
Dude, amazing cups, by the way, stacked with amazing marketing material. Guys, again, one more time, if you are listening to the show right now, spend 0 time talking crap. Do not forget to check out and DM me directly on the Trebles show on Instagram. Comments won't count. You got to DM me on the show on Instagram. You're going to find the link of that DM right here in the description of the show. If you've already done so, Matt, shout outs. Yo, James, thank you so much for stopping by. Today was an amazing episode, bro. It's always beautiful to have you on. Congratulations on Series 3. I'm very excited, very happy, and I'm very, very thankful that you spent some time here. COAD and the crew, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for spending the time today, bro. Yo, Swank, I got to DM you on a personal level so we could get those shirts out. It's about to be June, bro. We got to have the message and make sure that guys get checked on. Dudes' lives matter, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Men's mental health
Trivia
awareness.
question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the trivia question is, it's real easy. Okay, there were two guys largely responsible for the creation of the CIA, and they had the same last name. Okay, one was created the CIA, and the other one was the Secretary of State. Okay, this is a super easy question. Secretary of State and head of the CIA. They were brothers. All you got to do is just tell us who those brothers were, and you win everything.
That's right. That's right. DM me, description of the show. Triple Faster Arena podcast and a Spotify that allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. And guys, remember, stay humble, but don't you dare be invisible.
Ooh, I like that.
Round of applause, guys. That was an amazing freaking episode, bro. I love it. I love it.
All right.
Yo, Plunder, thank you so much.
The recording has stopped.
What was that? You heard 4th time around?
James.
That was sick.
Oh,
That was sick.
James is my
How do you
favorite.
talk that from?
We could in the beginning too, because before you got on, we were talking like some deep conversations about AI, uncovering in the ancient times and theses, and it was pretty cool. So when you came, you just relit the entire, TNT. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's the same topic on everybody's mind right now. You know.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I'm gonna have this out. Yo, COAD, where do you want to drop this, bro? You want to drop this like